In the earlier session, we have seen about the principle of lightning arrest. In today's session, we will see the simple form of lightning arrest, that is the rod gap arrest. Here, if you are going to see this, you are just going to have a transformer tank and you are going to have the line to be protected. In between these two, you are going to have the transformer bushings. So, in between the line to be protected and the transformer tank, this rod gap arrestor is placed. So, moving on to the construction, what are the things that should be taken care of here? So, you know that one line, the rod is connected to the line to be protected, the other side is the rod is connected to the earth. You are just having the spark gap. Here it consists of nothing but it consists of two 1.5 centimeter rods which are bent at right angles with a spark gap. So, this gap should be, so the distance between your insulator and the lightning arrestor is mentioned as P. So, it should be such that it should not be less than 1/3 of the gap length. So, this specification or this design necessitates to avoid the arc reaching your insulator and shattering your insulator. So, this design criteria is of utmost importance where, so whatever is the distance between your insulator and the arrestor should be such that it should not be less than equal to 1/3 of the gap length. Now, so now you have to adjust the gap length in such a way so that you have to make it to work as a lightning arrestor. Here the design specification is as such that you are adjusting the gap length in such a way so as to make the breakdown or the breakover at 80% of your spark over voltage. The design criteria you are setting, when it reaches the 80% of the spark over voltage, it breaks down. So, the thing is that, so whenever it is going to break down at 80% and not at 100% because this avoids the cascaded failure due to this steep over voltage that occurs due to this lightning. So, your design specification is set at 80% of the spark over voltage. Now, we will move on to the limitations. As such, the advantages, it is the normal arrestor which is used for protecting your that is your insulator strings which is kept on a line and between your transformer tank. And here the limitations as such you could see as I already mentioned. So, when you are going to consider the operation of the lightning arrestor under normal condition, the normal voltage is not sufficient enough to cause the breakover of the spark gap and the lightning arrestor is off during the normal condition. So, whenever a lightning occurs, in that case this rod gap sparks over and as a result it acts as a short circuit and it drains the voltage or your current to the ground. As I told you, the main limitations are that the power follow on current which even exists even if the surge is over. Here in this case it is a normal type of arrestor, so the normal voltage is sufficient enough to keep the power follow on current even after the surge is over, which might lead to the damage of the equipment which is to be protected. The next thing is, sometimes there is a possibility that the rod gap itself melts because of the heat which is produced during your arcing. And the third condition is that because the lightning arrestor is one which is going to be subjected to lightning arrestor or your power system components, mostly it is going to be subjected to the natural climatic conditions such as your rain, temperature or your humidity. So, these rod gaps get affected due to this climatic conditions. Finally, what is the polarity of the surge which is going to be created is also affects the lightning of this lightning arrestor. So, these four causes leads to the development or the incorporation with new aspects in the next lightning arrestor. With this, I conclude the session today. In the next class, we will be seeing about the horn gap arrestor. Thank you.